Dr. Marcus Webb had spent 3 years aboard the Concordance station, serving as humanity's chief xenobiologist in the first sustained contact with an alien civilization. The Velthari were a fascinating species, crystalline beings who reproduce through harmonic resonance, literally singing new life into existence by synchronizing their molecular frequencies. His research partner, crystallographer Seventh of the Morning Choir, or Sev as Marcus called her, had become more than a colleague. She was his closest friend in the sterile halls of the station, her prismatic form refracting the artificial lighting into dancing rainbows as they worked side by side. Today, Sev seemed different. Her usual amber glow had shifted to deep violet, a color Marcus had learned indicated intense contemplation. "I have completed my study of human reproductive biology," Sev announced, her voice chiming like wind through crystal caves. Marcus looked up from his datapad, adjusting his glasses. "Oh, find anything interesting?" "Fascinating, disturbing, beautiful." Sev's facets rotated, a gesture analogous to tilting one's head. "Your species requires physical contact. Genetic material exchange, vulnerability. That's one way to describe it," Marcus said, feeling heat creep up his neck. 3 years of clinical discussions about reproduction across species, and somehow this felt more personal. "The Velthari reproduce through choice and logic," Sev continued, her glow intensifying. "We select compatible frequencies. We calculate genetic optimization. There is no chaos, no risk, no—" She paused, searching for the word. "Passion." Marcus set down his datapad entirely. "Sev, what are you getting at?" The crystalline being shifted closer, her light patterns becoming more complex. "I have observed something in human reproduction that defies our understanding of rational biological processes. You choose partners not for genetic superiority, but for emotional resonance. You risk disease, rejection, heartbreak. You create life from an act that serves no survival purpose beyond the biological imperative, yet you engage in it regardless." "Well, yes," Marcus said carefully. "Love and physical intimacy are separate from reproduction for humans. They're intertwined but not identical." "I know." Sev's voice dropped to a softer frequency. "I have studied your literature, your art, your music. For 3 years I have tried to understand why humans value this inefficient, dangerous, beautiful thing you call making love." Marcus's heart began to pound. "Sev, I wish to understand practically, not theoretically," she interrupted, her violet glow now pulsing in rhythm with his elevated heartbeat, something she couldn't possibly do by accident. "Marcus Webb, I propose we attempt human reproduction together." The silence that followed was broken only by the station's atmospheric processors. That's not possible," Marcus finally managed. "We're not even compatible species. Different biochemistry, different—" "I am aware reproduction cannot occur," Sev said, and somehow Marcus could hear amusement in her crystalline tones. "But the act itself, the intimacy, the vulnerability, the passion you speak of in your texts, I wish to experience this with you, if you are willing." Marcus stood, running his hand through his hair. "This is crazy. You're made of living crystal. I'm made of carbon and water. How would we even—" "Humans have been asking how for millennia," Sev interrupted gently. "About flight, about reaching the stars, about first contact. You always find a way. It is what makes your species remarkable." Her form shimmered, shifting into a more humanoid configuration, still clearly Velthari, but with a shape that echoed human curves. "I have studied your capacity for adaptation. For 3 years I have admired your curiosity, your humor, your illogical optimism. I believe I have developed what you would call feelings for you, Marcus Webb." Marcus felt something break open in his chest, a recognition he'd been suppressing for months. The way he looked forward to their morning briefings, the way her laughter chimes made his day brighter, the loneliness he felt on the rare days she was occupied elsewhere. "I have feelings for you too," he admitted, his voice rough. "But Sev, even if we wanted to be together that way, I don't want to hurt you. I don't know how our physiologies would interact." Sev flowed closer, and Marcus could feel warmth radiating from her crystalline structure. "Then we learn together. Is that not what humans do? Explore, discover, take leaps of faith?" Her light patterns softened. "I have watched you treat me not as a specimen or an alien curiosity, but as a person. You taught me humor, patience, what you call humanity." Now I wish to teach you that connection transcends biology. Marcus reached out, hesitating with his hand, centimeters from her faceted surface. What if this changes everything between us? It already has, Sev replied simply. The question is whether we are brave enough to see where it leads. His fingers made contact and he felt her warmth, the subtle vibrations of her molecular structure humming against his skin. Not cold crystal, but living warmth. Different, yes. Impossible, perhaps. But in that moment, Marcus understood what his species had always known. That connection, real connection, found a way. Then let's find out together, he whispered. Sev's glow brightened to brilliant gold, pure joy, he'd learned. This is very human of you, Marcus Webb. He laughed, that uniquely human sound she'd grown to love. I hope you know what you're getting into. I do not, Sev admitted, her form shifting closer still. But I have learned from humans that the most worthwhile endeavors are those we cannot predict. You call it taking a chance. I believe I would like to take this chance with you. As the artificial stars wheeled outside the station's viewports, two beings from worlds apart began the most human of adventures, learning that love, like life itself, always finds a way.